I'm Alex. I'm going to be teaching you a quick, easy tutorial on a kind of psychedelic wavelength pattern. So what you're going to want to do first is create a new artboard or document. And for this tutorial, I'm just going to be doing a 10 by 10 square, but feel free to change this however you'd like. I'm just going to start out by creating a circle using the ellipse tool and holding shift to keep the circular shape. And I'm just going to align that in the center of the artboard and then change the color to a light orange, just because this is going to be more of a guide and not so much of the graphic. I'm then going to be going back into the shapes, and I'm going to choose the rounded rectangle tool. I'm going to be placing this rectangle on one side of the circle, and I'm going to try and line it up as best as I can with the sides. I'm going to actually go in and change this orange to a black because this is the color I'm going to be working with, and I'm going to make the stroke a little bigger, so 2. And then I want to go in and align the rectangle in the center of the circle. What I'm going to do now is duplicate this rectangle, so drag it over and then press Command D to duplicate it all the way to the other end of the circle. And then I'm gonna just group these together really quick so that I can resize and align them into that circle. Once I have them placed where I want, I'm going to want to ungroup them so they're separate, and then I'm going to start pulling up the sides so that they all touch the outer circle. You're going to see that this starts to change the stroke width of each of the rectangles, so I'm just going to select them all and go back in and make sure that they're all the same stroke width. So I'm going to go with 3 right now. So you can choose whatever side of the circle you want to start at. I'm going to start on the left side, so I'm going to take that first rectangle and delete the topmost anchor points. I'm then going to repeat that on the next rectangle, except I'm going to flip it and do the bottom half instead of the top. I'm also going to have a little extra line left over that I'm just going to move up really quick. And then I'm just going to keep repeating this until I get to the other end of the circle. Now that you have the first wave completed, you just want to go back and make sure that each of the individual rectangles aren't filled with color. Mine were filled with white, so I went back in and changed that to just no color at all. Once you do that, you're going to right click and scroll down to make a compound path. This is just going to make a continuous wave, so there's not a bunch of separate shapes. Apparently I messed up because mine are separate shapes, so I'm just going to do that again for you guys so you can see it. So once that is a compound path, you're going to want to duplicate that wave and drag it slightly down so it's a little below the first wave that you made. At this point, we no longer need the circle, so you can go ahead and delete that. Now you want to select both wave shapes and go over to the shape builder tool. You want to click in the area where each of the waves meet, so in the smaller rectangular shapes that are seen either above or below the inner wave. there's going to be an area in between those rectangles that's just the squiggly line. You're going to want to go ahead and delete that. And then you want to select all of those little rectangles that are now separate shapes, and you're going to want to fill them with black or whatever color you're using as your main color. So right now these little rectangles are actually separate shapes. So what you're going to want to do is select them all and then just Command G to group them all together. So I'm actually going to go back in and make those lines a little thicker just because thick never hurt nobody. And just for the sake of the tutorial, I think that it's easier to see. I'm going to go back in and duplicate that wave and offset it a little bit to the right, and then just change the stroke and fill to a bright neon blue. And then I'm going to right click again and send that to the back. Of course you can play around with positioning and color. You don't even have to do this step, but I think it makes a really cool 3D effect that I really enjoy. And I'm just going to show you a different color and size that you can play around with. So here I'm going to go in with a brighter pink color. This is the end of the Psychedelic Wave graphic tutorial. Comment down below if you've tried it, and if you like this one, give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to share it. This is my first YouTube tutorial, so let me know what else you'd like to see or what I can improve on, but thank you for watching.